On today's episode of The Next Big Thing, we are hanging out with a man who is solution-driven. A guy that sees a problem as an opportunity to come up with a solution. Ladies and gentlemen, this man's story will leave you inspired. We are here. We're hanging out with Molo, the founder of Molo Health. As the old saying goes, you are what you eat. So ladies and gentlemen, join me as we get tips on what and what not to eat.
Molo juice, Molo juice, Molo juice, Molo juice.
No represent a secretary and was achieve a community. No, no, Remoto I born and I honor relate to this Africanness. Because I'm thinking singing a gamble station, no hope or Sinjor the Hopo, less or Twabans or Tragai, Sinjor Repele Juan, because I get out in it promote a lifestyle. Yeah.
Jeez, man. It's not easy to promote a lifestyle, by the way, because you're already.
Exactly.
It's no, it's not easy.
No, it's not.
Yeah. No. Hey.
Funny enough, these people took less than 4 weeks to build this thing. For real.
It will take me a lifetime.
Why would you say that?
Because I get ready for square.
Sure.
Programming, it's hard programming.
Yeah. So, but I figured Kamara because I get demarcated nice and beautiful, you know?
It's easier to demarcate. It's really so.
Really so.
Yeah,
Exactly.
unlike really four corner because you are limited to that.
Exactly.
The space is four corner.
That's it.
Yeah. So Kamu, you can still have another four corner inside this.
If I want to.
If you want to.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
And then again, I'm guessing thatch roof.
Of course. It's the only way.
Yeah.
Then what I'm going to do, Mama Botone, is I'm going to paint both Dr. Sebi, you know, natural healers, African leaders, you know, historians by longer, they have done great things because Kenya outlisha that consciousness back into the community of African greatness. Kenya go knows about their African people, but they are absolutely amazing. This is why one of the things is have like a book club for Banababali in the community, so we can talk about they never get to learn from the Kolo.
The syllabus.
Because when I was Jan van Riebeck by long or Asbar Direla Exactly. So I figured sincerely cliche you know, but we're never proud of their own people. But Dr. Sebi is the man who said it's possible for AIDS to be cured. What do you say about that? Let's talk about that. You know? Those type of conversation. What do you say about what this man is saying?
If it's not interrogated,
Precisely.
Right. Cheers, man.
Yeah.
Me, I like it here.
You do?
Yeah, no.
You're gonna like it better, maybe I'll invite you afterwards.
No, not maybe.
I definitely should.
Yeah, the grand opening will be here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
You call it opening, we call it grand opening.
We'll make it grand.
Yeah, we will make it grand.
Yeah.
This pharmacy.
Yeah, this is one of the pharmacy long everything it would be impossible if I didn't try or get everything myself. But it's around the local pharmacy in Chimu. They are all producing the same things. If you go by level about tamati, spinach, cabbage. Right?
Cucumber, green pepper. Lettuce.
So now, which means they are already their own competitors. They are their own competitors. War competitor because but what if there was a way longer they all grow different things and we centralize all of them? So that these farmers will into our computer and all of them can have whatever by dirang or specialize. Hopefully, then the market can grow the type of demand they require around what everybody are making.
Alright. You wouldn't know we're going to demand the strawberries
until you begin.
Until you start to plant the strawberries.
Facts.
You know what?
Sure.
Now go to a fella.
Yeah.
Molo. Mr. Molo. Molo juice. Molo Health. How do I address you?
Molo.
Just Molo.
Molo.
Molo, number one. Oh, Just Molo.
Molo, what's up?
No, thank you for your time, Molo.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
How would you introduce yourself?
I would say I am a holistic health practitioner, somebody who is learning heavily about Fodisha meal on a mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual level. So I'm on a journey becoming a holistic health practitioner. That's how I would want to be addressed, as somebody who is practicing or learning to become a holistic healer.
And how did you get into it? Was it because of the diet? Was it? How did you find yourself in a position where you say, I am Molo Health, I'm dealing with holistic healing?
So, got 2016, I started get diabetes.
Kind of diabetes agree in
but only type 1, type 2.
Yeah, only
right.
type.
I think I was more aging towards type 2. Right.
Yeah.
And so my body was failing me, my energy levels were low, my libido was going down, as you can imagine, and a young man, the last thing I would have wanted is to have
the libido going down? No.
Exactly.
No.
So I said something is wrong. Why? Because prior to that, I was engaged in personal development from 2013 until 2016. Exercising, I'm not drinking, I'm not partying, I'm not clubbing, I'm not living lifestyle. I'm on a focused journey to become somebody successful.
So physically, you're supposed to be sharp.
That's what I thought, because I exercise every single day. I go running, marathons, and I'm doing exercises in the house. I'm doing whatever I need to do physically to take care of myself. Except there was something I did not know about nutrition. And that's where I think my ignorance really caught up with me, because 2016 my body started failing me. And at that time, I'm speaking after event here, Transnet. I'm starting to grow. Management
what did you do at Transnet?
So in a foundry. So I was a technical worker. Right? I studied mechanical engineering. It's tough to get a job. I got a job called Transnet. I figured, hey, it's a good start.
You've arrived.
Exactly. Everybody said that. No, as long as you will grow from there. And I said, okay, sure. So I studied mechanical engineering, but it's not truly what I wanted to do. And then what led me down this path was the fact that when 2016 happened, that's when my life shifted altogether, right? From just being somebody who is engaged in motivation, speaking in the company, speaking outside the company, growing my name, but now starting to be health conscious, because 2016 was the shift that I needed to have in order to go towards Molo Health. Okay, before motivation guy. And that's how I ended up in Transnet, and that's what led me to holistic healing, was that diagnosis, diabetes.
And that whole experience. Take me through it. How the day you discovered, actually I have to shift my life. For something to change in my life, I must change myself.
Right.
What exactly happened? That one particular incident.
Right. I remember I was sitting in a garage in Majitama, and we were smoking a joint.
By the way, all great ideas come from a garage.
I didn't know.
Yeah, now you do.
Now that I think about it.
Every great idea comes from a garage.
And as I'm sitting there in Majitama, one guy pulls out a video. And in the video is a guy called Eric Thomas. Right? The voice in the background is Eric Thomas, but the video, he Floyd Mayweather. Right, the boxer. Yeah. I loved it. I loved Floyd.
2016, he was still at his prime. Right?
So now I'm excited because I get to see my favorite boxer, but behind is the voice of this guy who's saying the most powerful words I've ever had anybody say in their entire life. At that point, I'm 25, frustrated, angry. Things didn't happen the way that I wanted them to happen. I am a young man who literally lost his way. I studied the wrong thing. I didn't know. I knew what I wanted to do when I was a kid. I forgot it along the way.
What was it, if you can remember?
No, I was inspired by Tony Robbins when I was a kid. I knew that I wanted to do something similar to what he is doing, transforming and speaking in some way that made me. Because when I listened to that man, I was like, I've never heard anybody this way.
But like you said, at Transnet, you were a speaker as well.
Yeah, right. So 2013, when I was sitting in that garage with those guys, that's when this whole thing started of speaking. Because after I listened to that video, I realized I have fucked up my life. I really messed up my life. But if this guy, he used to eat out of garbage beans, living in abandoned buildings, being poor, and now he is international, I was like, my story is not as bad as this guy's.
Yes. You
I
didn't
have no
fall that
reason.
far.
Yeah, actually, I have no reason to say my life is horrible. I can pick up from here, Mus.
Yeah.
And that was the initial spark that I needed to change my life. Because from that day on, I started to download more videos on YouTube. Because I never knew about motivation. In fact, I had forgotten about it because I like it when I was a kid, watching TV with my mother.
Yeah.
But that sparked that thing. Because I was like, damn, this guy reminds me of something. But I didn't know what it was.
He was reminding of you.
Yes.
Of you.
My younger self.
Yeah.
Right. So from then on, I cancelled my subscription, DSTV, sold my TV, stopped hanging out Le Manyora, and I just started focusing on personal development. I started working out every day, writing goals down, practicing in front of the mirror, speaking to myself. Because now I was starting to see my life can change most if I just follow this route. And if I start listening to these guys, it sounds like I can make the change. And gradually, life got too much change from 2013 and 2016. By 2016, I was amazed at how different life got nearly prior to the time I started on Transnet. Because now, management was taking me everywhere when they wanted to go and have meetings, and I would come in and speak. You know, when they had management events, they would ask me to host, and I'm thinking, God damn. I'm in now. I mean, come on. I think it's and I was broken.
MC Transnet.
What? With managers?
Yeah, and function.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
But then that's the spark that started my life. And then 2016 was the second spark where I was introduced to Dr. Sebi. Because when I got sick and the medical establishment was telling me my only option is the injection, the pills, I could not fathom that. I'm a young man. Why would I be having libido issues? What my life would be like in my 40s and 50s
What
and
business
60s?
do you have with libido?
I don't belong here. No. So I said, no, these guys have another solution for now because they have another pills, the injection, and that's a solution. I can't live like this. I need to get back to normal. What is the problem? So I started researching, and my research led me to Brother Polite. Brother Polite led me to Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi started teaching me about alkalinity and how I can heal my body naturally. And like a little child, I listened.
You took it all in.
I took it all in. And luckily, there were documentaries, What the Health. And another one, Cowspiracy. And I said, wow, there's an entire industry that exists that's just poisoning us.
Yeah.
And I was so oblivious of it. And every single day, and I am bragging about how I'm living well.
You're housing poison and bragging about
my
it.
brother, tell me about it. Hey, take a sip of your juice.
This is my juice.
Of course.
Man,
Hey, man.
man,
There
I
you
thank
go.
you, man.
Yeah.
I thank you,
There you
man.
go. Take a
I
sip.
thank you, man. This is a good day.
Yeah.
This day was made by the Lord.
So, basically, that's how this journey began. Ijon.
It's like an explosion of different things in my mouth. Yeah. Something sweet. It's in sweet, but
Sure.
natural sweetness.
Yeah,
That's what I
definitely.
mean. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I develop only raw fruits and vegetables. There are no additives, no chemicals, no nothing. So if you got on that ingredients,
Yeah.
those are the only ingredients I use.
Okay.
This is what Dr. Sebi led me to. Because now, as you talk about Dr. Sebi, I had no idea whether what he was saying was true or whether it was polish or what. But he was the only alternative. He was the only one who was saying, try this. And it worked because it worked for me. And there was somebody connected to him, Brother Polite, that I looked up to, and I said, if this guy can listen to Dr. Sebi, then I definitely
Who
can.
am I not to listen?
Right?
Yeah.
And just by listening to Dr. Sebi, I took out kajadi na matela ke fetsa go di reka ne go edine se tso fela kana go wa raka go botsa mago ke sa tso reka grocery ke stokile di tsala tse di short sharp.
Yeah.
The rest of the month I don't have to worry about it. The Danone, the cheese,
Don't worry.
the polony.
O setile skin.
O
O setile.
Kara ke mo sharp ka fruit mo sharp.
Yeah.
Why what? But then I was so angry when I discovered that I am poisoning myself. I am the reason why I am sick. What the hell is wrong with me, man? Yeah, and it can break a lot. First of all, right? So, my conviction was so strong that I went into my fridge joke and I went into my dustbin. Down in the cheese, like I feel like you know what I do, dustbin. Pulu, cara, raka, the Omar Raskiana, the Soponiana, jail, the mines thrown in. Pulu! What becomes I can get your retention. So I said, damn, now what do? I had to learn about alkaline food. And I had to learn how to start buying healthy food from the beginning. I just still at Dr. Sebi had the alkaline and I went shopping. And I started learning about how to eat right. I started buying the juicer, the blender, all of those things now in order for me to begin this journey. I change tap water and I buy purified water and put sea salt. And I really went into this journey because I said, hey, now I can enjoy over like this. My journey is still too long and I need to get well because I want to produce children. I can't live like this.
You're 25 for crying out loud.
My life transformed in 3 weeks. My body was back to normal. My fogginess was gone. My fatigue was gone. My energy level shot back up. My libido shot back up. And
That's what we wanted to hear.
Yeah. I am the man. I'm back. Right. So I said, from now on, life yaga cannot just be about motivation.
Yes.
Because we are too sick to be motivated. Motivated to do what? We first need to heal the body so that we can get the mind right. And when we get the mind right, then we can talk about success. But we can't talk about success if you're not thinking right because you're eating junk. Because whether we like it or not, what we eat affects the quality of our brain. There's a part of our brain called the hippocampus, which is responsible for memory, learning, and brain function. Yeah. Mucus. Why not mucus or chankadunko? What are everywhere in the body? What should you the toxins? Legit. Yeah?
What take over?
Yes. What dominate? What just was another mucus? You know? So it affects the hippocampus. I was at one and I was aware of my memory was going because Niki represent our bereki. And I remember I was struggling during that time for busy and still be able to do my job. But prior to that I was able to. But it's because really the gesti people like junkie just so much so that and luckily for me I was able to heal myself.
You're one of very few who identify with Tatakabona and then self-correct themselves. I don't think it's self-correcting. I mean, I don't mean in health or in just in general. Health, I mean, self-correcting it's a powerful tool to have. Yeah. And now we are here.
Right.
Now we are here. You're healing yourself. How do you know that you can heal the next?
Because I used the same tools. I know the body is made up the same way.
Yeah.
That our blood is supposed to be alkaline. That 80% or at least 90% should be alkaline. Because the body is already eating itself up. The body already has acid. Now we don't have to do anything to increase acid. What we need to do is maintain ourselves.
It's inbuilt.
It's inbuilt.
The acid.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
That's right. There's only the acidic gel or the citrus fruits, the lemon, but generally
so anything else outside of the citrus,
yeah, so body nama uric acid, masui, lactic acid, starchy, carbonic acid, right? Now, the canned food, packaged food. Now, we are the chemical. Exactly. Right. So, well, diet majority acid. So So ke a tseba gore once ka tlo shatse ka thoma ka go introduce tse naturally mmele o tlo titukisha.
And then the first person who ilong mo thushe ka mang if you don't mind sharing the information.
Mogala jo mongwe ka kwa Pitori tata go gopola morodi ya gago Cindy. Yes, he was one of the few people that I started with. And I changed his food and I changed his I changed the drinks I started giving him the juices and even the water and he started improving. When I was in India, that man, he was not high blood diabetes. I get here a medicine cabinet. I'm talking about 20 to 30 pills a day.
At one go.
A day, at least.
Oh, yeah. So I can't over my age.
So that man in it, watch it, serious. And then I said to him, I go over and chill and I pulled out and I said, look at the direct effects. I give you the side effects. Look at the direct effects. Yeah. Are we experiencing dizziness? Are we experiencing constipation? Are we experiencing what? Okay, next one. Here's what you can do if I want to chill. Just change the food, come on. Change no more cool drinks, mabele, raw, the fruits, maize, and the tea. Liquids most of the time. 6 months later, that man in Aruta was a giant, they said. But he could barely leave the house. When I know about the house, but again, better, and I'm yeah, 6 months later, his wife calls me and he says, wow, and that why? Manaka is back.
That's simple thing.
Exactly. So that man was able to heal himself just by listening to my advice. So every one of us has the power to do that. The right decisions. What to remove and what to introduce.
So, we have to walk around.
Yeah.
Last week.
No.
No milk. No meat.
Yes, sir.
No more fizzy drinks.
No. Molo juice.
So, on an ordinary day, what's your diet like?
Normally fruits. I like the fruits a lot. The avocado, especially when they're in season. Avocado, of course, my jibu and so that's what I would have normally. But yeah, generally, people are very fruits. I'm not saying my whole lifestyle is completely perfect.
Yes.
No, it's not.
But what you get right, you get right.
Yeah.
And how do you deal with social gatherings? Because whatever it's not like I
yeah. Well, I guess I had too much in the social gatherings. The gatherings take young because I'm obligated so generally more our salad in Yana not the beetroot, the jail, or I can recommend the cabbage, but I would just have a little bit, you know? Yeah, so that's what I would have. But generally, my chitashi chat say about Sky Thomas, Sky Valera, yeah, so I no longer tell my chita, this is bad,
yeah, what's it?
That's
right. So how do you source your plants, your fruits?
Yeah.
Where about?
Right.
Yeah.
So can I local farmers by long or by medicine Yegis are hitching locally get the apple. Yes, that's the only thing you can source from market. But generally most of my produce get from local farmers. And I'm happy actually because then I get to support my local people and I get to be part of the local economy. And So get it from other farmers.
Yeah, and this farmer and that farmer and that farmer, they sell the same thing within the community. How do you pick? How do you know? Quality check, I think they call it. Yeah.
For lo jaka bona general. Yeah, no, not give up just specifically or I make sure to provide a seeds for everything ever minister.
That's very interesting.
And then also I get chemical or plants jack. I tell them specifically that these ones you don't spray. You are guaranteed to get money from me 100%. You don't have to worry about now I am the buyer. I'm giving you so that you can grow for me so I can come and buy. So be very strict about it.
Have you thought of going into farming yourself, or is it something that you're thinking of doing in the future?
Yeah. Farming for myself is something what I definitely see as a need. Specifically because the majority are on a day-to-day basis. And get starch, right? So I said I would love to get into the industry agriculture so I can grow the grains myself and then get into processing them. And then when it comes to the vegetables, because obviously veggies need a lot more maintenance and whatnot, I have my local farmers, my long I can know and I can circulate different plants to different farmers, then they can grow them for me. And then that is where all of those things, all these local farmers are going to grow.
Tell us about this place.
Right.
Tell us about this place.
Yeah, so this is my shop. This is basically where it's going to be the first plant-based shop in all of Sukukuni, if I'm not mistaken. If there's one, please correct me.
I don't know.
If there's one, correct me.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. My Kinyaga Kisha, a new concept, a new mindset. Yeah, plant-based healing. So this is basically where I'm going to do all of it. This is the center, the hub of all of Molo Health. Yeah.
And are you in partnership with anybody?
I'm 100% sold open.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
This is big things. You know? And what I see now here, even though it's still work in progress, I get the point. I let Kadi hapsing. Juicy.
That's right.
Purified water. And then no, it's really beautiful, man. Yeah, I like it here. I love it here. And apart from this,
Yeah.
what else do you do? What are you involved in within the community in and around?
Yeah, I'm somebody who will work around here. About 2013 upwards, I started speaking to high school kids. So it's something that I'm truly. So I guess no problem. The need to build a business first before I can start going out and saying to people, "Oh, you can be successful." Because I first had to demonstrate that I can be successful myself.
They must see it.
They must say it in me. So from 2017, after Get Royal Spani, I've just been working on my business. And one of the things that I've done is I've involved young people in the community. There were some young people because of school and other things, but never midisha. Joanna the inputs to get the Kamara to choose. So I had a whole system. Yeah, but never school, right? They were growing my inputs for me. And then during production, I would bring them into the workshop. And they would come and work with me. How do we manufacture these juices? You know, and how do you take care of the machine? Or how does the machine work? It processes all of these juices. So them and I started bringing them in to make sure that I start putting money in their hands so they must because they get especially when they identify
Yeah.
So I would do that. Yeah, so that's one way they get involved in the community. One of the things that I'm looking to do right in here is start teaching about health, nutrition, and personal development.
So you have the whole syllabus laid out already.
I do.
You saw it in your head.
Right.
It's
done.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's going to come out.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to being part of that syllabus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you look at the course is long distance. ka gore go tloga ka bua tokela sekukune go tla ka toko ke gausi mara a se gausi o ka wa bona yeah and Molo juice o nyaka go bona e fihla go go ka
That's a good question. One of the challenges, I get to mention, one of the challenges that I'm facing right now is courier. Because majority of the clients in black communities, rural and township. So courier, even a challenge because somebody like a Mamelodi, they say 280 rands, but somebody who regular products still cost 200 rands. Does it make sense that this person should pay more for courier than for the product they're buying? It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't.
And around level then courier will say it's a high risk area. Okay, you know, white man.
You don't choose. You don't choose or regular like mankind.
No,
I mean, yeah.
right. So I realized that what's needed is a way for me to directly do business and without exploitation of courier. Right. So my business, my strategy comes to growing Molo juice or Molo health in general is to have resellers, codicas. So I become a large manufacturer. I manufacture large stock, 5,000 juices. Then I send 200 Gamma Melody, 300 Social Movie, 400 Soweto, wherever. And I have people who resell so that I become the main manufacturer and I can have them making money and healing the community in those communities. People and it's very difficult for me to send them to them. They are too just to send them to them. So why not have somebody locally, Kodikasi, rural or urban, wherever, selling those products in those communities so that somebody they don't have to deal with the issues here. They
can just go to the next. Yeah.
So that's the business model I'm looking to build. I'm not interested in Spa or Pick and Pay or any of that because I realized that I'm somebody who's very vocal about a lot of things.
Yes.
That's part of the reason why I avoid a lot of interviews because I'm very controversial in the way I approach my stuff. So I don't want to upset the wrong people. Which a lot of my majority of my business comes from Pick and Pay, for example. And then then they may say, nah, let's pull the plug off this boy.
We take him off the shelves.
Right. So I didn't want to have to deal with that. So I knew in their hands is where I'm safe. Because then I can speak however I want to speak and still be able to sell without interruption.
But you can still offend other black people somehow.
Yeah, sure. Of course.
Have you encountered that?
Many.
They
don't like the fact that I say the things that they think I shouldn't say. Did you just hear that? They have expectations of what I should say. And when I don't say things the way they think I should, they get mad at me. So to them, I'm not supposed to say, Dr. Sebi, the man who cured AIDS. Because they have a program in their mind that tells them, no, that's not possible. You can't tell us what AIDS are for. So in their minds, I am violating their beliefs. I'm fighting with the status quo. The most accepted common belief, I'm going against it. So I am an enemy now because I'm not saying anything in Orbanyaka way. So I offend a lot of people, trust me, all the time. It has become something that I'm quite used to.
You take it with your chest. Yeah. Jeez, man, you're very brave.
Somebody has to. I'm here because Dr. Sebi risked his life. He said the things that people were afraid to say, but he said them because they were true. And I am here today because that man said those things. If I never would have had that man, Joe, I think about how my life would be today. And I get so angry when I think about how many people are dying, unnecessarily so. Because if they just knew the same information they can learn, many of the people who are dying unnecessarily would be healed.
So have you had to deal with a patient who was trying to prove you wrong?
Somebody who just came in to buy my products and prove me wrong?
Yeah, or no, man,
no,
no, you're blessed. Yeah, because somebody will not about as it is, but somebody will intentionally.
No, I can now. Because here's the thing, if
Yeah.
you're going to prove me wrong,
Yeah.
then do exactly what I tell you to do and see if you will not achieve the results that I tell you will achieve. If you do exactly as I tell you and you don't achieve the results, then cool, you have every right, yeah or nay, I'm a fraud and whatever the case may be. But if you do exactly as I tell you to do and you get the results, don't come here and bullshit me. I know what you will do. I know what your body will respond like. If you make the switch
From the SDJ
to the alkaline, I know.
It's tried and tested
Bruh,
over and over.
I am the result. Hey, Magilimo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Negrata di pizza.
Yeah,
You know?
Rokototago.
Wagushisha. I was one of them. I was in the group.
All administrator.
You know?
Yeah.
But when knowledge hit me, and knowledge doesn't have to tell you what this is the right thing.
But you know what I know about knowledge? Kore, if new information doesn't change how you think,
Right.
yeah, I know.
I see.
Yeah, because
Yeah, probably. Yeah, right.
Because new information has to change how you
Yes.
see things. I
Your
think it's
paradigm.
new to you.
Right.
Yeah.
It shifts your paradigm.
Yes.
So facts. That's what Dr. Sebi did for me. He shifted my paradigm entirely. And ever since I shifted my paradigm, my life has never been the same, bro. I'm not the same person I was back in 2016. No. And I don't think I'll ever be that person that I ever was.
You're never going back.
There's no way, bro. Now I know the truth, right? And it has really set me free. Because one of the things that Dr. Sebi is that this food will affect you to the point where you get angry at yourself. You start hating yourself. You start having anger issues. And I was like that, bro. I had major anger issues. I have healed from there, bro. Why would I want to go back? You know?
To the red flags.
I'm a happy guy. I'm productive. I'm clear-minded. I have energy for days, bro. Most of the work that happens in here, I do the work. You're on the foundation, I am the one who's been making sure
We got it.
Yes. This I am going to be the one who works here. This fencing, all of that, the production that happens until 2 a.m., I'm the one who does it. I have so much
The production
energy.
is this.
Yes.
I need your energy, man.
You do?
I do.
Well, you need Molo juice.
I think I got. Cheers. Ari,
Cheers.
tomorrow juice.
Tomorrow juice.
Tomorrow juice
Yeah,
and
man.
holistic healing.
That's right.
Thank you. So in your head, how's this place going to look outside?
The walls are going to be painted. I'm going to make sure the message of Dr. Sebi is right on it. Alkaline message is right on it. The teaching of food, the acid forming food, alkaline food. Malcolm X, Kwame Nkrumah, Thomas Sankara, all the leaders that I think about, that I look up to, people who are in the healing space. I'm going to have them painted all over this wall. I want wow, I didn't know that. Wow, who is this? I want to do Yes,
Yeah, no, I want to be. It's going to be a school.
definitely.
It's going to be a school and a shop and everything.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, sincerely, a circle, thatch roof.
100%.
Yeah.
Whatever, umpa idea warra. Because I know but maybe I entertain.
Yeah, okay.
as well.
Maybe one potion, not the whole thing.
You know, as a form of decoration,
Yeah.
100%, it
Yeah,
could be a
ne?
good idea. Umpa idea outside.
Yeah, no, I was talking about
Yeah,
I'm employed.
I'm creative.
Yeah, Molo to the quality position.
Yeah.
And to everybody and anybody who is suffering, what's one worry they can actually make that shift. What's your message to you? How do they cross over to this side?
Yeah. Look, I think one thing that I have really come to full second is self-love. You know, if I the kwele bohloko,
I will not.
I want him to talk about them. What's up? Karata go jump fanaga kamawaya, to jump fanaga, o karata go kwela bohloko. You'll suffer my life. because you think it's somebody else's responsibility to carry your pain. And so stop trying to feel sorry for yourself and just deal with the circumstances as they are.
Walk through the pain.
Accept the situation. My life is fucked up. My health is messed up. And the only way I'm going to repair it is if I fix myself, because nobody created this mess for me. I created it. Yeah. And for me, nothing sums it up like self-love. Because when you love yourself, you're saying, I will not do anything that will harm me. I will not do anything that will make me sick. I will not do anything that will take away my peace, and anything that can jeopardize the rest of my life or get like quality life. So the decisions I make on a day-to-day basis are going to be aligned. The things I eat are going to be aligned with my love for self. The people I hang around with are going to be aligned with my love for self. So now I'm going to create. Yeah, I can contact the Molo social media page in Jaga, Facebook Molo Health, Instagram Molo Health Shop, and then I can check WhatsApp. You can buy 0631748798, and of course, I can tell the website molohealth.co.za.
And then, as I think go position, I think where is your production plan? And then any time we know juice. Yeah, I forgot label. Nugget juice am good.
Yeah. So I started learning myself.
I'll commit something.
I'll commit something.
I can say, Never sure. Catalan is good for me.
Great.
Yeah.
I go over here. I'll go to
yeah.
It's out to Shama Capella.
It's a little Muslim. It's a little
you activate a watch and fish. All
right. Give follow it. Can't wait.
I guess I'll find you. Yeah. Right. Emilio Zoro, that's all about Lohonai.
Marilla,
Pancapela. What's about Lohon of Kitty?
Nay, I don't sponsor the toilet pay. And then come.
Yeah. So yes, yes, we do have teas, and then there are some other teas here on the general security. Most of this will be properly displayed once the shop is done.
Yeah. No, we like getting site like have said.
Yeah.
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 I'm your man. Yeah, getting a corner you have. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, no. We are looking forward to that Molo.
You don't have an nashi.
Hey! Luruma!
Oh, what I allow ready or Tavono Roy. Munaka man. Hey!
Stimulant!
Why would you Why would you say? Young ways you are rally on a man about a man. Eh? I forgot a level already ram or Tavono. This is very powerful.
Longevity!
Yes.
Hey! Longevity!
Yes.
Last longer!
That's right. That's right. So,
yeah, no, man.
Yeah.
Good work. You couple or like what you call it? Yes, the cold.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, assignment je bajitama ngo bathu abafaninya na moyo nani Fate ishumi wafisha usafishe
What a fish.
so
Again,
yeah so nini nitawatch moto yeah
This is going to be a storage.
yeah
Yeah.
teach you stuff
Salud, Yeah. Oh, lovely, man.
Yeah. So the guys need to, I told them this thing needs to be a freezer, not a cold room. It must freeze. The juice just need to be so they still need to fix that.
And really, like, once it goes back to liquid, it just remains the same, right?
It remains the same, yes, 100%. But Tata Eva, they can go fish.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh man, this is commendable, man. This is really commendable. Yeah. 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 No. No, Molo. Yeah, no, Kilawa Omenaran. Kilawana Guarao. Kilawa Saluarao. Lixazur, Guaga, Cabulabu Saluarao. Kilawa Valen Netarao. Kilawa Vilenaco for to share this story with the world. Story Sarao. I'm very, very, very thankful for this day happens to me. Yeah, Aswabakai. Aswabakai Bakujang, free education. Aswabakai, even know what to do, Legica Sunta, Bafa information along or non play. Calabogamana, Baginu would Rocoloca. Baginu would Rocoloco, or the Muduma would Rocoloca. Message Fishe, Kuninja, what Alfasica, Galo, some monarch. Aswabakai was an umbrella. Aswabakai.
Kichona Jure, Molo, Molo juice, Mr. Molo, say Molo, Hotalo and Orumi Jamang. Says Felankenako, Kelita Bajona, and Kikidela. Please do join us on the next episode of The Next Big Thing. Do hit that subscribe button and do hit that like button. And I'll see you on the next episode. Adios!
Molo juice, it's not just the juice, man.
Kiss it,